Hello, hello. I am back at the tiny house. Probably the hottest day of the year. Again. Oh, so it's, what is it? June? It's June. I haven't been out to the tiny house for a while. And I'm not sure if I told you this, but my computer crashed and I lost about 3 or 4 months of filming. So during that time, I really didn't do much. The whole COVID thing, I didn't get out a whole lot last year. But good news is the tiny house is still here. Ooh, that's pretty. I haven't been inside for months, so we'll go check it out. All right. Yeah, I don't know how much you've actually seen. Probably nothing really since I've been here months and months ago. But let me give you the grand tour. Well, here it is. Tiny house. I'm praying that mice didn't get in and have nested in my couch. This couch is a couch that folds out to a bed. I couldn't get it in the door. I should say I couldn't get it out of the other house. I don't know how they got it in. So I literally had to chop the legs off. There's the pieces. I just had to get it. I mean, it was a good price, like $200. Brand new, was never used. The woman passed away. God bless her. But couch is mine. Also got this nice table that kind of folds down with a couple chairs. It folds down and has those leaves. So, and then this here goes right into a corner. So that was really nice. I got all of that for I think about $400. So I was very happy about that. Let me show you what I've done that I wasn't able to get on film. Over here, I had the cross beams hanging down below instead of actually up on there. Gosh, I can see all those ants, all those bugs inside. Damn it. I got some work to do. Whew. I got to be able to keep those out. I picked up some screens that I'm going to put through there to try to keep most of them out, and we'll see how that goes. But boy, I'm seeing ants. Look, there's just ants everywhere. Yeah, I got some work to do. Got a lot of cleaning up to do. You know, when you don't come here in a long time. Oh man, there's ants everywhere. You know, I hate to use spray, but maybe before I leave, I can do that. Spray it down. I don't know. What I did is I replaced those hanging beams with these 2x10s by 12s. Luckily, I did that before the whole COVID thing, before wood got really expensive, because I could only imagine what that would have cost me. But that's solid. Now I did lose some space up on the second floor because they're no longer hanging, but look, that's solid. I mean, that's it. Nothing's going to happen there. So by doing that, I've kind of decided to do an entire second floor. It looks like that's just the way it's going to go. I have an entire second floor. That's a lot of space. Up there, I still have to install and put in a window. I need a window on both sides to help with ventilation. So, you know, there's a lot to do. But remember, my goal is a 5-year plan to be able to actually survive in here. You know, have some water. You know, right now I can't survive in here, of course. I can just more or less use this as a camp, you know, as a really nice tent. So I can survive here, but, you know, you'd want to do it in comfort, right? So the grand tour. This still may be a window for my kitchen. My plan is to put the solar oven right here somewhere. If you look, I mean, I know it's very hard for you to see what kind of space I have, but I have quite a bit. I mean, I know people keep saying that, how can you live in a tiny house? But my living room is huge. I mean, my living room more or less starts here and goes all the way. I mean, it's huge. I'm not even going to be able to use all that space. I'm sorry, but this is not a tiny house. It's 12 by 24. I don't consider it a tiny house. I may start calling it a cottage or just a house. It's just a house. Okay. Let's start arranging a few things and getting my house in order. Oh, yeah. I guess we can always do this. Oh, nice. And look at this. That's nice. This was from the same place I bought the couch and the chairs in this corner. I mean, I was very lucky to be able to go through everything before anyone else did. And in my design, that table goes by this window with the two chairs, so when we eat, we can look out the window and just see the landscape. I have a window. I don't think I'm even going to use it. We'll see. When I left, I had this thought that I had a ton of nails sticking out of the walls from where I missed the beams. Now that I'm looking, I don't have hardly any out here, so I can easily start the insulation down here for sure. Upstairs may be different, I don't know. I'll take a look. So here, I have 3 remaining beams to put up. They both go on both of the ends down there. And I think one going across that I haven't done yet. The good thing is that this time around we didn't nail them in. Had enough brains to just screw them into place so I can take them out if need be, because there's a possibility I might need to adjust these when I lay the floor down on the second floor. See about getting my nephew out here in a couple weeks. He's going to assist me with the insulation and help me bring in my wood burning stove. I have an idea of how to create free heat. I won't have to pay a dime for it. As a matter of fact, I will actually make money off of it. And that's weird, but I have a plan. See, I own a company called Mushroom Man. I am mushroomman.com. And I make 5-pound blocks of sawdust bricks to grow mushrooms off of. So the plan is to have a small growing facility here where I'll buy the pellets, create the bricks, sell the mushrooms, take the bricks, allow them to dry out, and then use those bricks. They start off as 5-pound bricks because I add moisture to it, but when they dry out, it's 2 pounds. So I can use those and actually burn them in the wood burning stove. All I do is break them in half and toss them in. Once the stove is heated, they'll burn just like anything else. That way, I'm heating my house for free and actually made money from the mushrooms off the bricks. So if I keep that cycle going, once I bring in pellets, create income, create a free heat source, I mean, damn. Okay, this is an antique cabinet that folds out. It was gifted to us by my mother-in-law. Well, I've decided that I'm going to make my kitchen shelving out of this. See? I'm going to take these shelves. I'm sorry if I'm screaming, I don't know. I'm going to take these shelves and I'm going to put them in the kitchen as shelving. They're beautiful. There's 3 of them here. So I'll take that and then take this as well and also do shelving. I haven't decided how it's going to look, if I'm going to cut it and shape it and stain it, but I will be using it. And this is the shelving of my kitchen. I checked out pricing for cabinets. Fuck them. And hopefully my mother-in-law will be okay with it. We're keeping it in the family couch. Probably should flip it upside down, right? Take a look at the bottom. Make sure I don't have anything living under there like a wasp nest. Oh, that would be lovely. Look at that. Yes! I really wanted to be able to look out that window when I sat down, but to be honest, the only way to do that is if I turn it this way, and that would just mess up the whole feng shui. I want more open space. The more open, the more larger it's going to feel. So I think for now it's going to stay like this. I want to make sure I have plenty of room to go out here. Eventually there'll be a porch, a small table over there. But when I wire this place up, I'm going to have a charging station there. Oh, so much easier. I can't tell you how fortunate I am that I feel that I did this project when I did. Turning 50 years old, coming out here and doing it. One, the lumber has skyrocketed since I started. I would not have been able to afford to do this if I had to pay 3-4 times more than I did. Well, hell, Cindy, my wife, she would have put an end to it. But I'm fortunate. I'm fortunate that I did it when I did, and I had the strength to do it when I did. I don't want to say I feel myself getting older. Actually, I want to say I feel myself getting older. And remember when I did the concrete in the beginning of the videos? I couldn't imagine being in this heat and doing that today. I mean, I would have, because my entire life I dreamt of doing this. So I would do what needed to be done. Even if I would have just had to save every penny and have them plop an 8x24, or have them come out and construct a 12x24, I would have found a way. I doubt if I would have been able to win it in a poker game though. This is the first time I'm sitting down on this couch right here. It does feel a little low because I don't have it up on bricks yet. But I will. I'll find some pieces of wood and prop it up and it'll be fine. So guys, we are now more or less in real time as far as uploading videos. Like I mentioned to you before, I had months of videos and I lost them all during the crash. Now, it's not like me not to back things up, because I did. I felt that I did. But something must have happened, because when I went into those folders to retrieve the videos, the folders were empty up to a certain month. So it looks like I may have stopped it and forgot to start it back up. I'm going to go with that. I probably screwed that up. But what you missed was more or less me replacing the 2x6s with 2x10s. And that was maybe a little odds and ends, getting the furniture in here and a few other things, but for the most part that was it. I wasn't able to come up too much. So at this point, when I come here, I don't think I'm going to need to stay at my neighbor's house anymore. However, hopefully it'll still allow me to use this shower. I was going to the YMCA, but I'm not going there anymore. During the time off, I was able to get some other supplies to make life easier here, I've decided to purchase, it's a 10-gallon, I don't know, pot that has an outlet on it that you can open up to allow liquid to come through. I think brewers use it, and they can heat it up on the flame. So my thought is that that's going to be my hot water tank. All I have to do is go upstairs, heat it up to whatever temperature I want. There's actually a temperature gauge in it because, again, it's for brewing beer. So I can heat it up to the temperature, wrap insulation around it, and just turn it on. It's 10 gallons, more than what I'm going to need, but it's enough to get a shower, do dishes. The thing is, I just keep filling it back up because I have water reservoirs up there, at least 100 gallons. But I may even go a little bit more and do 150 to 200 gallons upstairs. I've really reinforced that part of the house with 2x4s, like overboard 2x4s, to easily take any weight of 200 gallons of water. I'm not even concerned about that. So that's the thought on it. My hot water will be, for now, propane. But what I'm wanting to do is to actually utilize, if possible, my stove. If it's able to heat up a copper coil, take it over there and drip in there all day long, just make sure it stays incredibly hot. Or I will run a solar water heater up on the roof where I can do it that way. See, while I'm working, of course I'm concerned about cost, but this will be the opportunity that I can purchase the equipment. So because when I retire, I don't want to have to buy anything. I want to be able to enjoy my retirement. I'll still be working. You know, my job being mushroomman.com, you know, it's not like a labor intensive job. I mean, it can be, but it's something that I can adjust. You know, maybe there's one product I sell now, but it's labor intensive. When I get older, maybe I won't sell that product or less of it and just keep so much in inventory. But you kind of understand what I'm saying. The dream is to be able to move my business on the property, but yet not have any bills. So the money I make is going to be my money. Oh, and the government's, but my money. So that's the thought, that's the dream. I don't see any reason why it can't happen that way, unless my wife says no. So this pretty much ends the tour of the tiny house. You want to see what the other side looks like? Yeah, this is what we're hiding. This is what tiny houses are always hiding. But it's moving along. I'm going to be working a little bit tomorrow. When I get up, I'll bring you along. So have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good morning. Oh. Sunday morning. I have to say is one of the most comfortable nights I've had since the tiny house has been dried in. I got the hideaway bed couch. That's really nice. So I slept on a real bed. The house doesn't have any insulation, so you know, I still kind of feel it, but it's nothing even comparable to a tent. So it was pretty nice. My neighbor told me something a little disturbing. It's been hard to get off my mind. He said, do you notice that you see tire marks or, you know, indentation in the grass that someone's been driving back across my property and then to the back where the half-acre woods are? And I said I noticed it right away. You know, I always kind of fear the worst when people do things like that. And I have a feeling I know what this person is doing back there. And I'm concerned. I'm not so much concerned that, he's doing it on my property, which I am, of course. I mean, it's not like I'd go down. But that he's just, doing it. And, I know the person. And, he's not in good shape. And to have this person so close to me and to my property and to my belongings, it's concerning. My neighbor saw him, and he said next time he saw the person, he was very ashamed, couldn't even look at him. This person couldn't even look at my neighbor. So maybe, just maybe, that's the end of it. Hopefully he's not doing what I think he's doing. It's time for coffee. I'm not sure if I showed you this or not, but my couch is a bed. That's why I said, for $200 for the couch and it has a bed. That's a good price, man. Damn. Hey, I went into town and I got some bug spray and some more foam, developed some cracks and some screening to cover up these holes. But to be honest with you, I'm just not in the mood to be here right now. I'm finding out that one of my neighbors apparently driving onto my property to the back of the woods, and I believe they're cooking. Yeah. And this did not go well with my wife. She's already hesitant on coming out here, and that did not help. But that's the world we live in today, right? So I'm going to head home. I'm going to purchase some solar floodlights, get my solar system together, okay, so I can get some electricity in here and possibly hook up some more security and look to install a fence. So at the very least, he can't just drive onto my property anymore. It's a little disturbing, very disturbing, and it's not something that I'm going to call the police on because, first off, I don't have any solid proof, and secondly, when I say a neighbor, I don't necessarily mean right next door. I just mean neighbor, someone in the community that lives close by. And someone like that, if you upset them too much, you might come back to a house that's burnt to the ground. So I'm just going to head out, get a game plan together, and, see what to do. I'll take any suggestions that you have. But, this sucks. This just sucks. So I'll work on my solar and I'll bring you along. All right? Take care.